Supplementary order papers and the like.
Chair, and it's a great pleasure to take a call on the Hamilton City Council Parana Park land vesting bill. And of course I want to acknowledge the member and the chair, and yes, you know, I've sat in that chair, and I will treat him as well as he treated me when I had my turn in that chair. You can watch out. That's right, it will be very, very interesting. But I also, of course, in addressing the Clause 1, the title, yes, well, that's right. Clause 1, the title clause of this bill. In addressing that, I have first of all, I want to start by congratulating the Hamilton City Council and join with my colleagues in saying thank goodness for city councils like Hamilton, who are prepared to ensure that land that has been gifted by our forebears stays in public ownership and for the use of the public and their family and as a recreation reserve. Because as we've been hearing, of course, if this land belonged to the government, it would be up for sale before you could blink an eye. Up for sale before you could blink an eye. I'm interested in a couple of things in the title clause. First of all, I'm not very familiar with Hamilton, and I apologise to my Hamilton colleagues. I spend a lot of time sort of driving through, stopping. So that's right. The sky always seems too low to me in Hamilton. So I am interested in a couple of things. First of all, why is Hamilton called Hamilton? And why is it called Hamilton?
Actually, it's Kirikiriroa.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, perhaps one of my colleagues or the member in the chair could enlighten me about that. Kirikiriroa. That's okay. And so where did Hamilton come from? And why is it in the title clause then? Why was that considered? Why has the Hamilton City Council not changed its name? That's a very, very important question. And I'm also interested in the name Parana. And my colleague Ian Lees-Galloway talked about the contribution from Trevor Mallett. Actually, I have to correct him because he said Parana was in Argentina, and it's not. It's not. It's in Brazil. It's Brazil. Yeah, it's Brazil. It's absolutely in Brazil. So I'm really interested about where the name Parana came from. I did look it up, actually. I had to think of something to say. But anyway. Yes. But I am genuinely interested, Mr. Chair, in the name Parana, where it came from. You know, I mean, I suppose it could have come from the name George Parr, but I'm not sure. Parana. I'm not sure if that's its history. So, again, perhaps the chair can enlighten me about the name. The member of the chair can enlighten me about the name Parana and what its history is, because I have had a quick look over the history. It's very interesting. Parana Park has a very interesting history, but I couldn't find anything that explained why it's called Parana Park, let alone anything while Hampton's called Hamilton. But I understand, having driven through, as I said, I haven't been to Parana Park. I understand it's on the other side of the river, across the river, and it's a wonderful recreation reserve that's used for a variety of purposes. And when we get on to some of the other stages of the bill, I will talk about what some of the submissions said about the historic nature of Parana Park. But I did wonder, there's been suggestions about other names for the title, Mr. Chair, and I did wonder why exactly, if the chair could explain why in a title like this they put brackets around the words Parana Park. You know, is this something that is a sort of a normal thing to do in a piece of legislation? Is this a sort of a design thing for legislation, or could it just be without the brackets, and would it make any difference? So I'd really be interested in an answer to that question as well. As I said, this is a very, very important bill, and I'm very pleased to be able to make a contribution to it, and I'm really pleased to be able to talk about something a little bit positive in the House. It has been a harrowing couple of weeks for members of this House, and I want to acknowledge the colleagues that live in Christchurch, and of course all the people that are suffering at the moment, and of course our thoughts are all with them, and we will work together to rebuild Christchurch. We're all in this together. So it is quite good to be able to talk about something like a park, something like Parana Park, where children can go and play where there can be picnics, where there's, from what I've seen from the pictures, beautiful trees and native trees as well in gardens, bit of everything, yes. And so I will also be welcome an invitation from my colleagues in Hamilton to Parana Park.
Tim